It's going down like this, motherfucker.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
I just left a light in this bitch.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
Off my dome, this is actually taught by the people.
Fuck up. Move the fuck back. Fuck up.
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok.
Dance with me. Dance with me.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yeah. I think very deeply.
To the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the middle. To the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the center. All right, that means me, I guess. So I know I'm motherfucking late. I know I'm 12 hours late. I was supposed to come on at midnight, but the nigga get tired. The nigga was super high and super tired. So the motherfucker went to bed. Y'all understand that? Motherfucker just went to bed. Oh, but there's no beer at this time of day. I'm going to drink plenty later. Right now it's just coffee and cream. I just like coffee and cream. No sugar, coffee and cream. So drink them if you want them. But you know I'm still on the good foot. And I still got that sticky, icky, that greatest wax. Actually, it's shatter, but it can shatter me. Oh. So, pop them if you got them. If you want to join me, how to be free, have a hit. Oh, it's raining here. It done rained here and shit. Oh, there's my man. Let me write him back. And you know, we still smoking on the Unicorn Luca with the inside of barber poles used to be that color. Ah. Gotta give him a call. Because my son hurt his back, so he's not coming with us tonight. So, yeah. Who's all the party people in the house? PJ Allen. Look at me. These motherfuckers. Oh, fucking looping me again. Oh, I don't know. This one don't show me are, but that one shows me I'm looping. So maybe not. Let's do this like this. All right, still looping. But this isn't. So I guess I'm not. So I can just stop that. And PJ Allen, I know you've got, and you take care of your...
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches?
I know you can control yours, and you definitely got to have...
You got to have vision.
Oh. And El Dragon Amaru Khan. Thank you for joining. And I know you've got...
You got to have vision.
Jamar 3224. And I know you have...
You got to have vision.
Oh, Jalen and Sue, thank you for coming. And I know you've got to have...
You got to have vision.
Robert Lavender, thank you for the Father's Day message. And I know for you to be here, you've got to have...
You got to have vision.
It's Jalen and Sue. Frog and Sue. Teenager son keeps changing my name. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. So yes, joyful Father's Day to all the men that put in the work of loving their children and loving children just in general. Because I know I'm not the only one that's had a lot of male influences in my life that was very positive. I was technically raised in a two-parent home with my mother and my stepfather, but I saw my father every other weekend. And so there's a lot of people out there like me. So that's what I'm celebrating today. Nicole B., what is happening? Thank you for joining. And I know you have.
You got to have vision.
And thank you so much for the Father's Day greeting. Well, up here, it's kind of cool. Yeah, the weather's kind of cool. Gosh. You know, they go through this Juneteenth thing, and then what happens on Juneteenth? It rains or violence. Again, in my Juneteenth experience, it's a holiday I didn't discover until the 90s. And I've said many times, I went to a black college. Grew up in Michigan. Never celebrated. I didn't hear about this until, I think, 90, 91. Even when I first came down here, I didn't hear about it, I think, until 91. And I was like, why would that be so important to this part of the country? Why would Juneteenth be so important to this part of the country where ain't hardly no black folks live? There ain't hardly no melanated people up here. I think I've gave the thing before. Out of 3.5 million people in Twin Cities, it's only something like 250,000 melanated people. So smoke them if you want them. What do you say? Take me to the next phase, baby. Take me. There's an old song out there. Well, no. Before I say that, I want to give thanks to my Uncle Winston. He's passed, but my Uncle Winston saved my life. My children thank him. My future grandchildren, relatives, thank him because I was on his porch choking on a cherry. I was out there, I had a whole box of cherries and was just popping them in my mouth. I think I probably swallowed a whole one. And if he wouldn't have saved me, I'd have died. I would have choked to death on a cherry when I was 5 years old. Maybe I was still 4. So I always give love to my Uncle Winston. He's not with us. He'd end up dying of dementia. Again, this is my stepfather's brother. And so him and my stepfather, I've told the story of my stepfather from every game I played from 7th grade. I made the 8th grade team in 7th grade. And from every game I played in high school, from 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, all my JV games and all my varsity games, football and basketball, my stepfather was there. He would take off work. He worked at General Motors. He was an engineer. He would take off work and come to my game. He did not miss one of my games that I played from the time I was 12 years old to the time I left home. And he got to see, my college games we played on TV. And they did come down to watch one of my games my freshman year, which I didn't play, but I was still on the team. So there's a song that goes, I color him father. There's a song that goes, I color him love. I color him father, and I color him love. And, I send love to my father. I'm not cool with him or I don't know if cool with him is the right word, but we don't have a relationship. Some of it's driven by his wife, which that doesn't matter to me, but I still send him love. I send love to my brother, all my brothers, my brother I grew up with and my other 2 brothers. I send love to them because they're fathers as well. And so I don't take anything away from anybody. Just be a positive. And the biggest thing is just be a positive influence in people's lives. That's all. Many out west was, Juneteenth is hogwash. Many out west was free. Well, I mean, the thing you look at about Juneteenth is we know Buffalo Soldiers went into Texas and told the people they was free. We know this. This is a historical, I didn't turn the lights on. We know this is historical fact that Buffalo Soldiers were in Texas telling people they were free. And that's a fact. So we have a little trouble understanding this Juneteenth thing when the people already knew they was free. So who did they tell they was free to? They had to go to the corners, hey, y'all free. Take a little bit of my fish oil. It helps the LDL for those of you who need that kind of help. And did you guys see that Flash is definitely trash? Flash might not even break. They want to count today, and well, technically they get today, but so far they've only made 50 some million dollars and cost what, 200 million? And so, I mean, the movie's trash, the screenplay's trash. Now there's movies that the screenplays were good, but the overall movie wasn't good. This had a terrible screenplay from the start. I mean, what did Jeffrey write me? Let me share what Jeffrey wrote. Now, this is Daryl. Jeffrey Lane wrote, The Flash movie was a mockery of comics and characters. They messed up so much, it's truly ridiculous. They said that the most expensive movie of all time, like 320 million altogether, and for what? I don't know if that, I think it's more like 200 million because they didn't put a lot of advertisement in this movie. There was not a lot of publicity, but I agree with him. He said another point on who killed the mother. Because in the TV series, it's always the reverse Flash that kills the mother. So, yeah, I guess a few Indian soldiers had a conscience. Yeah, buffaloes out west killing the buffaloes to starve as Indians. Well, yes, they were. The biggest crime that the buffalo soldiers really made, and they wasn't hunting buffaloes. They was hunting niggas. Don't think that they was fighting niggas. Niggas fighting niggas. But if you read the book Quanah Parker, you know that the Comanche were one of the best ever to literally move their whole people. Like they've had hidden trails, and maybe somebody can pop in the name of that hidden trail. But there was hidden trails that the Europeans didn't know about. Now they give credit to one European dude that says, well, he discovered it, but we know it was the Buffalo Soldiers that discovered it. Because the Comanche, the Comanche were so good at, not only would they move all their people, there would be no signs or no tracks because they knew to, brush away the tracks. So you couldn't tell which direction they went. So as I said before, my background, again, never studied this thing, never knew about this thing. And so if I, at 62 years, I don't learn about it until I'm in my late 40s, it's fake. I don't care what anybody says. It's another slave stamp. It's another slave stamp. And again, to put it so close to Father's Day, because that's they're trying to build all this energy for their 4th. I mean, that's what all these early holidays is. They're trying to build energy for the 4th. You're conquering. That is not a celebration for the people. That is a celebration for the government. That is a celebration for the feds. That's their celebration of us, them bombing us. And as I've said many, many times, we dress up in the red, white, and blue, and then we stand in the middle while the feds bomb us, and we party while they're bombing us. We're all in the middle, grilling, dancing. Niggas, we some dancing ass people. And we can't wait to wear red, white, and blue, buy their flag shit and wear that shit. And, hey, I'm with the season. They say Jesus is the reason for the season. Oh. So this is some made up crap. We all know. They gave us some tribes a treat, help us kill those niggas out west or die. That's kind of, yeah, that's kind of what they were. They were forced, not forced into it, but they had no choice but to. And they used the Buffalo Soldiers again because they were able to speak some of the languages and know where these people, the way they waged war, the way they tried to hide. That's why they used them. They used their people against themselves. So yeah. Yep. Need scouts. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. They're right. He says, yep, you guys reading it. Help us kill those niggas out west or die. That's right. Exactly. Once you know, you're accountable. Exactly. I agree with that. But it was a terrible night everywhere. It was a terrible night everywhere. I want to kind of add, I showed this story the other day, but I want to add on to it, let's see. Where are we at? There we go. A little more came out of what happened. Let's see. So, yeah, they might not let me do this on this side. Let's see. Might have to start again. Let's see. Computer's still tripping. And it's interesting, you know, we reading about Deion Sanders and other players. You know, we have Ray Lewis' son dying again. And my fiance says something very interesting. Yes, death isn't the end. Death is nothing to be scared of. But see, when you are sacrificed, that's blood. That means they're taking that blood. So it's not like a natural death. No. It is a blood oath that you die under. So that is something to be afraid of because, again, even though the individual dying in the family may not have signed their life force away, the star of the family has already signed their life force away. That's how it works. Because the thing needs to be fed. Because you're getting accolades, you're getting the money, so the beast needs to be fed, right? So let's see if I can get this in again. I don't know this side is. Yeah, they're not letting me. Wow. They are not letting me use it. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I can't use my other screen. So I'm on, but I know I'm not looping, but they are not letting me. Let's see. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's frozen on this side. Let's see. This is so odd. I mean, you would think like literally this is an attack. This is literally an attack. And this is funny. This is an attack and I'm getting attacked on one side. They're looping me trying to play anything. This makes no sense. It seems like both sides would be looping. So, yeah, I'm getting looped and everything. And there's no reason that I should be looping on my second screen because it won't play anything. This is interesting. So this is coming from YouTube. This is not normal. And my fiance always says things like, well, they don't care about individuals. Well, when they killed my channel, they cared. When they killed my channel, they cared. For me just to say that what my doctor said, and all I said, and I'll say it again, all I said is, my doctor told me she got the poison put in her. All right? She got it put in her. And she was sick for about a day. She said that her co-doctor, someone she worked with, her colleague, he was sick for 3 weeks. And soon as I said that, the screen went, and they not stroked me, not took me off, literally killed it. So when I see this other screen looping, I know it's coming from YouTube. They're sending something out, not letting me play while I'm streaming. Turtle Gang had a birthday. I forgot he was a June boy. So energy out to Turtle Gang for sure. And I think Super Sly's birthday is slightly after mine. But I just wanted to show the story on it was 5 young ladies that was killed. And they showed the pictures and the names of the young ladies. That's all I wanted to share. And some reason YouTube is looping every story I try to play while I'm streaming. Oh, I guess there is another way. I didn't think about that. Y'all can't loop my motherfucking phone, can you? Can't bring the phone video in here, but I can bring the phone audio in here. Forgot about that. Yeah, restarting my device is not going to solve the problem because this is coming from YouTube. But yeah, we have 5 young ladies that was killed, all from the Somali, ages 15 to 21. And so just wanted to share a little more of that. Yeah, that's all right. Shit. It was one part. Let me see if I can read this shit. No, I'll be in this. Kevin Garnett. See how quickly they get to people? Now, Kevin Garnett was the one that brought up about Joker and Joker getting 15 dribbles. Haha, they say the Flash movie receives worst audience score in DCEU history. Because it's a sucky movie. It's a sucky movie. Hell, I don't even think they let me play my old stuff. They completely shut off me playing anything while I'm streaming. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think they'll let me play anything. Everything is going to loop. Yeah, everything's looping. So this is YouTube, but that's all right. Because it's the same stream. So if it's looping here, it's something YouTube did. Oh, Lorenzo. What's happening, Lorenzo? And I know you have.
You got to have vision.
Says the Flash drew another DC movie for worst audience score ever. On the road to release, Ezra Miller's what's this? On the road to release for the Flash, Ezra Miller's superhero solo debut was catching plenty of praise with scores from test screeners coming on par with Christopher Nolan's acclaimed Dark Knight. While it caught praise from Renault, even critics delivered strong reactions, calling it tremendous. The mix received different audience. The Flash has officially been awarded a cinema score of a B, drawing the latest flick with its worst score all time, which was given to 2016's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. A movie cinema score is based on the letter rating given the audience straight out of the theaters. Essentially means it's based on the initial reaction of the general public. The disappointing score comes in contrast to impressive 86% on Rotten Tomatoes and fairly average 66 critical score. Comparing the Flash sentiment to this year's superhero releases, Multiverse draws B score of the widely panned Ant-Man, but fails below Shazam, Fury of the Gods, B+, Guardian of the Galaxy, A. So the full list is Man of Steel, A-, Batman vs. Superman, B, Suicide Squad, B+, Wonder Woman, A, Justice League, B+, Aquaman, A-, Shazam, A+, Birds of Prey, B+, Wonder Woman 84, B+, Suicide Squad, B+, Black Adam, B+, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, B+, and The Flash at a B. Why aren't the audiences liking The Flash? Although the audience rate of B may not sound awful, The Flash cinema score comes shockingly how low after how strongly, and it makes you wonder where the critics paid to praise it, because that's a way of looking at it too. What the critics praise to praise it. So that's what it appears. Now that shouldn't be doing that at all. What did Lorenzo say? Spot on statement about the blood sacrifice. When you're in a situation where you could die, if there's nothing to be afraid of, but when it's in a blood sacrifice year, yeah, because it's least expected. That's a good point. Good. Everyone was saying, was we original American Negroes were the real superheroes? Well, I used to have a big poster, and I got to put it back up, of Superman versus Muhammad Ali. And I don't think I have the little poster here, but in Superman versus Muhammad Ali, probably, okay. Let's look it up on here. Yeah, and I'll show you. Versus. Here it is. This is a better. Oh, this is clear. All right. And this, what we see is we see the word Superman over Muhammad Ali. You notice that? Superman is over Ali. That's why I've always loved this picture. Look at this. Superman is over Ali. See? Just look at the green lines. Look at the green lines. Superman is over Ali. That's telling the melanated people, the people of the sun, the people that can absorb the sun. And And see, it's funny. He has the pink melanin. He can absorb the sun, but he's the pink melanin absorber. But you see that? Superman. So who do you think they're telling that to? They're saying, and there's other ones. Let's see. Where's the other one? It's a couple other shots. No, but, and this is the epic fight. Oh, that was so cool of him. That was so cool of him. So we see, Superman is not, Ali is not scared. Ali squared up with him. He took the fade. You understand? This is a superhero, but yet this melanated brother took the fade. And Superman end up like this. So he still got his boxing gloves on. The time Muhammad Ali beat Superman. So this is more of the action. Boom, boom, pow. Look at that. Look at that. Ali, boom, ba, yay. Ali, boom, ba, yay. Ali, boom, ba, yay. So it's funny. It's kind of funny. Where is it? There we go. Yeah. Chloe Bailey is somewhere saying, "Thank you, Flash, for getting me off for Little Mermaid." Yeah. Yeah. Pink is for masculinity and sky blue is for femininity. Everything nowadays is backwards, inverted, and perverted. Wow, that was deep. That was deep. Ali will kick Superman butt hands down, but that's what it kind of shows you. That's what it kind of shows you. And I think people don't understand what they're looking at when they show that to you, but that's kind of what they're showing you, who the real Superman is. Man, this don't even, it's just kind of a funny looking picture. Look at this cat. That's a big head nigga there, boy. Look at that big ass head. Oh my goodness. Young boy in prison or in jail. In jail without no bail. Cool Rock is my name. That's Party Ski. Now I could rap all day. Dope picture, but I see what they did with this. But Superman got his ass whooped. Exactly. And I had a big poster of it. It's like a panel, it's different panels, and I might put it back up. It's kind of got a little damage, and I can't find them anymore. There's actually two places that had them. There was like a poster, just a poster, and then it was the panel like I got. And I can't even find those. Where I bought it from is not in business. Megamind. Yeah, that's what's going on. I need to figure out. That's how I can do it. Okay. I can do it like that. All right. Took me a second to think about it. All right. I need to run downstairs and get some more coffee. So y'all hang with me. And yeah, I can bring this in. I can bring in the audio. So I'll bring in the audio of. Yeah, some of this shit ain't worth it. All right. Bring me some audio. Yeah, because I guess we got to be where we got to be at 3. So I got a little while.
Is there something else I can help with?
No, there's not, nosy ass. What you talking to me for? I didn't summon you. Watch be nosy and shit. Be like, hey, I need to say something. So I'm gonna have to run down. Where's my shoes at? Oh, there they go. But yeah, it's rainy and what, 70? This watch said, no, that's not nosy at all. That's not nosy ass talking to before I didn't summon you. And then it put, that's not nice. That's some funny shit. That's not nice. I knew I should have brought the coffee pot up here. Oh. I can put this audio in. Give me a second to run downstairs. I'll be back. Oh, it's Bluetooth.
Like one thing with this phone, when I take off the case and put it on the charger, it turns off my ringer. And so I missed her calls this morning because she's freaking out because worms came out. And for some reason, she's got a problem with worms. And so now I'm picking her up. You know, I'm running slightly late. It's funny. They have they have programs at night here, or not at night, but after school programs, almost like after school daycare if you really look at it. And one of the workers I always know, because if I get here before 3:20, I'll beat her, or a lot of the times I'll see her at the same time. So today, and she's handicapped, so she has to have special parking, of course. And today I like just have to look over, there she is, and there was nobody behind me at the time, because today, instead of being like the third car, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 car, and then of course it's all the way around. But I knew she would be coming, and then I happened to look up, because as soon as I stopped and then I looked over, there she was. I was like, you're late today. So, and I would say that's the only negative, is if anybody had to at this time have disability parking, handicap parking, it's all tied up. Because between the buses and the parents waiting, and it's silly, we should really be in the gym picking up our children like they did the last couple years. My son just texted me. He was commenting on the game with the Timberwolves winning last night. And did you check my video out of the lady? She only glued one hand to the court. I don't know. It's like there's some glue that will keep your skin on something. But again, in a rush thing, I think she was only able to get enough glue on her palm. That's what it looked like. But if you saw the close-up, it looked kind of funny. It looked like another substance, which I won't mention. But they're going to have my car smell like smoke because they're cooking something over there. Yeah, I'm smelling that shit. Oh, well, it'll go away. I'm back. I can turn that off. Okay, thank you. I'm back. Oh. There's another cannot research. Yeah, 50 Cent mugshot looked like a thugged out versions of Wayne Head. Wayne Head. I'm not saying anything that another cannot research. H.E. Riding Show, Pink Man, Sky Blue, Blue Woman. Wow. And purple has always been royalty. Hey, Derek, thank you for coming in. And for being here, I know you got to have vision. Thank you. Nobody's fool with that pimp hat. There you go. There you go. There's nobody's fool up there in the corner. That is nobody's fool. That's right. Yeah. Damn, that was one. Okay. I'm gonna play this little clip, and it just be audio, but it's decent. And I'll let the guy tell it instead of me telling it. Yeah, they're not even looping this shit anymore. They're just fucking, it's killed. Yeah, it can't. It is frozen. Let's see.
Yeah, they froze it. Yeah, what they did is froze it. Okay. But it's a great point, and I'd rather the guy say it than me say it. So I'll play the audio of it. Is it? Where is it? Ah, right there. Thank you. And I'll try to find, but what he said, oh, maybe he took it down. I don't see it. Must have took it down. Yeah, he must have took it down. Oh, no, here it is. Let me see if I can find this part.
All right. Peace, family, peace. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for waiting. We are now live, and we are going to have a...
Ain't that a bitch? All right. Wow. But what this brother says, and his name is Brother Yosef. And what this brother said is important for those of you that do know to do spells. All right. And to make spells work, or to even make sigils work. And what you want to do is just trying to see if I can find a picture of one of these sigils to show you what I mean. All right. Now this sigil here, all right, and if you look at the spelling, a lot of the spelling is in Greek. Okay? And because English is a spiritual blocking language, right? Because our English is so backwards. I mean, it's purposeful. Like they want you to mourn. They telling you because you waking up, you mourning, right? That's your mourn. I mean, we are constantly putting spells on ourselves. That's why I say when I talk about language, like when we say the end of the day, that's a parroting spell. That they want to be just like time is on our side. Remember how that kept going through people? Kept that entity kept going through people through that vibration. So what Brother Yosef said is you get a book like this or you get whatever you want to get, but they have other scripts in here. And you make your spell, you make your sigil in another language. And what's beautiful about this particular book is it gives you the other languages. So technically you can put it in Hebrew. I think at one time my brother was even learning how to write in Kemet. And so you're getting, or even if you could break down the Latin. So when you put your sigil together, you're putting your spell together, you don't want to use English words. Now some do. Not to say it can't break through. Some do, because it is about intention. But you get this script out of here, and I could do the same with the Mayan writings. I think my Mayan dictionary. Yeah. And I have whole books on, the different scripts of the Mayan. So I could technically write it in Mayan. But the point of what I'm saying and the point of why you want to use this, it would make what your sigil, or even if, you're trying to manifest and you manifested it on paper. Use a different language, I agree. And so I don't want to take the brother's work, but the brother is right. And again, it ain't, he learned it from somebody as well. But his name was Brother Yosef. You can watch it on Brother Rich's channel, Black Magic. And they talk about spelling, and that part is absolutely right. It's absolutely right. I don't know. I think today should be called Pimp's Day, For all the pimps out there. who convince people to do things to betterment of the pimp. So, so I wanted to put that out there. That was good information. That was good information, and it was very useful information. And so, it says, even though manifest without writing anything now works. Yeah, you don't have to write it. Yeah, you don't have to write it. You can see it in your mind. But those of you that are inclined to write it, again, something like this will give you the script to write it in. It'll make your manifesting even more powerful. Yeah, they give it to you. They really give you the scripts. Like right here is just to show you, you're gonna have to take time, but letters and alphabets and numerical values. Going with the Greek. And so it's you could even take some of these names out of here, help it with your manifesting. But it's here. The Coptic alphabet is in here. Coptic English equivalent in the Coptic name. And the Coptic with the number. And so the Arabic writings, all this can be used to your benefit. So when Bobby says that these books don't have magic in them still, they ain't cheap anymore. And this book was only about $45. I mean, what did they have on the back when it was new? Yeah, I paid a little less. It was $45. It sold new for $65. I think this one's pretty much holding its value, but even this one's probably less than what it was. This was $95, and I'm pretty sure I paid close to it. So for those of you that are so inclined, I think that's helpful information. That is very helpful information. So just wanted to put that out there. When I come across things that I think is helpful for the people, and I think that's helpful, I think that's positive. I don't think that takes energy away from you. And that's what it's about is, when people say, hey, check this out, because sometimes people can send things at you or have you questing for something that is not going to really help you. Hey, the one, what's happening? And I know you've got to have.
You got to have vision.
Thank you, the one. Yes, and he says, Happy Father's Day to all. That is so positive. Thanks for sharing. Yes, the English language, the combo of Latin and German has been perverted. I think Brother Dane points out even somewhat Pig Latin too. Some of the English is somewhat Pig Latin. What they try to do is combine. And then here's another reality breakdown. What is her name? Joanna Johanna, the chick that's supposed to went to with Lewis and Clark that they got the dollar out of. Remember her? Why is it the same? Why is it the same story when Cortez comes over here? Why is it the same story that a native girl in Mexico, one of the tribes that didn't like the Aztecs, there was a lot of tribes that hated the Aztecs. But see, the way they were fooled is they thought that if they got rid of the Aztecs, they would have a normal life. Didn't happen. Because even the people that helped the Spanish turned on them. So keep that in mind. But why is it a woman that was able to help Cortez talk to everybody? Now, we know Cortez wore the white jacket. Because it wasn't until one of their men were killed. They first thought this was Quetzalcoatl. That's who they thought Cortez was. The return of the feathered serpent. And again, the feathered serpent as always was talked about as white. White feathers. So when they saw Cortez with the white jacket on, that was what their first thought was. But the first time one of his men got killed and they saw him bleed, and they was like, oh, no, these just men. So, but why is it that same story? That a native woman helps them. And it's almost like Pocahontas, almost like the Pocahontas story a little bit. Damn, I got sleep in my eye and shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Whoa. So to me, that's a reality breakdown. That you have to tell you the same story for two different events. Like you can't come up with new stories. Has to be the same story. And that makes you doubt what they say. You have the sacred tablets of Tamaray, great affirmations in Kemet. It is $150, but worth it. Sacred tablets of Tamaray. Where's my? I know I dropped it. I'll write that down and check it out. Yeah, one book I've been trying to get was the Sacred Geometry of Kemet. You can get that book out there too. Tablets of Tamaray. And my brother might have it. So thank you. Thank you. I'll check it out. Oh, okay. And he sends okay. He sends where you can check it out for the book. Yeah, he's right. Hardcover version is $125. Let me see if they still show this. Have to get into mine. Here we go. Oh gosh, I haven't looked for the book because I don't really need it anymore. But at one time I thought I needed it. But here we go. To see if I can find, because the book has always been like, maybe it's in here. Let's see if this is where they put it. Oh, there's a book also called Sundown Towns. No. Doesn't look like I saved this. Should be here though. This is one of my older saved books. Let me see. Oh, maybe I didn't. It's deep in here. I'm deep. The Pintrix. See, I got to get another version of the Pintrix. And the Pintrix straight up tell you it was written by a wizard. And I know my brother has this, Secret Rituals of the OTA. So maybe I do have this book. Oh, here's another book, The Magician's Dictionary. It's pretty rare. The Dark Lord. Let's see, where am I at? Maybe I do have it. Some of these books I bought. I bought them. John D. 5 Books of Mystery. I think I got this on The Goetia of Dr. Rudd. Sacred Geometry, Deciphering the Code. But where is that? Where is the one? Here it is. This is it right here. The Secrets of Ancient Geometry. Let's see if there's a price on this book, because it's always around. Okay, it went down. Yeah, this is the Secrets of Ancient Geometry and its Use. And this book is $350. Hardcover. Let's see if there's any other buying options. Yeah, one other book, and it's $370. But at one time, this book was like $600, so it's actually went down. But this is the kind of thing. This is what's odd about stuff like this. You'll look at it one day, and it's like $700-800. Then you look at it like today. We looked at it as $370. If you look at it another day, it might be up to $1,200. Because it's like if anybody talks about some of this stuff, sometimes they shoot up in price, which is interesting. If you don't think about it, you can get a decent deal on it. But if you think about it and they think that it's on the algorithms, they'll shoot the price up. So that seems to be a standard copy. Translate you too. Okay, I'm a woman, Sue, and Jalen's son. I am a Red Wolf's childhood sweetheart. Oh, okay. Jalen's son. Jalen is your son. I'm bred with childhood sweetheart. And what does it say? And still, okay. I got you. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering with Red Wolf because they was saying something about John Amos was doing bad, and then they said he was doing okay, and that they didn't want the money that his daughter had instigated. Oh, I should have brought water up here. Yeah. But we still hope, the best of health. We hope still the brother's in the best of health. But thank you for coming over. And still, that's sweet. That's sweet. That is sweet. And I guess I'll get into the definitions I started talking about before, what my stepfather did for me. We have a couple young men that you just take children and, yeah, here we go. You take children and you just love them and you give them purpose. Ah, okay. Okay, so they have they talk about it on Instagram. Snoozy135 talks about it. And I don't have Instagram. So I don't know if I could bring it up, but I don't have Instagram. Oh, okay. Oh, this is Dr. York. That's a picture of Dr. York, ain't it? What's that? This is by... Oh, okay. I don't have Instagram, though. So I couldn't really share it because I don't have Instagram. I just got Facebook. I don't get that deep into Instagram. But thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. John Amos is fine. Okay. Video on Tamaray. Okay. I got you. Yep. I saw that. But I don't have Instagram. But John Amos is fine. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Ooh, and I'm fine too. But like you can do fatherhood could be a lot of different ways. But I'll stay with this and I'll say this. Men have to teach other men, and again, I'm going to say this in context. Fathers teach their sons or nephews or friends of your children. You teach them how to love. It takes a man to teach a son how to love. Because if you raise your children with love, there's a different kind of love that fathers give children. Like anyone that has daughters, you know this, and this is it's fun and it's sad at the same time. It's like with my daughter, up to 5, 6, 7 years old, I'm throwing her on her face, I'm throwing her on her head, I'm slamming her, tickling her, like I did all my children. One time I asked my sons, I'm like, did I used to kiss you guys? And they're like, yes, all the time with your prickly mustache. And they had an instant answer because every kiss is love. Remember what Lucy says? Mother, I can feel every kiss you ever gave me. That never leaves. It's like my grandmother met my son one time and he was sitting there with us and my grandmother says, who is this? I said, oh, this is my son, Brennan. She immediately kissed him. That kiss goes on forever. And so it takes men to teach other men how to love, how to play with children, how to be with children. It takes a man. Now, I'm not saying, and any woman that's raising children by themselves, I mean, you know this. Because you can only do so much as a woman. You can only bring one part of you. But if you have that man around you, and I got it early, my grandfather. I got it from my grandfather too. It was first my grandfather. Once my father and my mother broke up, it was first my grandfather. Because I had to show my brothers. Now, my brother that grew up with me, my stepfather was the same way. He'd body slam us, tickle us. Again, a continuation of what I was used to. That kind of love. And I'm sorry I strayed off of like when you have daughters, it's like there's a point where, you know, you play with your daughter, you slam her and stuff, and she likes that. Because again, she needs that masculine energy right there. And when they're little, they can get it like that. But as they get older, it changes just because they turn into young ladies. And then as they get taller and taller, but like my daughter still bumps into me. She still bumps into me all the time. She'll bump into me or she'll try to trip me. But again, it's that needing that male energy, that male strength. I mean, even though I'm 50 years older than my daughter, she gets a great idea of what a man should look like and how a man should treat a woman. She sees that. Now, I've had to cuss her mother out. And I told her, I'm like, we are not going to get along all the time. That's just part of life. But that doesn't mean that I hate y'all. It's that I'm mad at y'all. And I'm mad at y'all because you don't appreciate what I do. But it doesn't mean that's the end of life. And that's just disagreements. Like my fiance, like, how do you lose socks in your own home when you wash them? So I was just tripping because I lost 2 pair. Like not just 1 sock. I lost 2, 4 socks. I've got 2 and 2 is missing somewhere out there. And she was like, you were serious about being mad about those socks. And it was like, not really mad about it. It's just frustrating that kind of thing could happen in your crib. But it's the thing you get over. And that's life. And that's relationships. And it's another part, it's like it's never too late. It's never too late. Like I call most of my children on Father's Day. I call them. I don't have to wait for them to call me, and I don't want my ego there. My ego saying, well, they don't call me. I need to be hurt. Because it's not that serious. It's not that serious. And some people hold that stuff to heart. Well, I don't, children didn't call me, and I just loaned you $35 last week, and you can't call me this week. That's how really people look at it. Well, he didn't get me nothing on my birthday. Every day you're alive, and so every day anybody can reach out to you. And that's what Jermaine Jackson says. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. So easy come, easy go. So just you take the energy as the energy swarms into you. You just take it in. And this is energy, masculine energy today. And isn't that funny? They want the masculine energy to tie into the slave energy. They want the masculine energy to tie in with the slave energy. Well, it's right on Father's Day. Then going into back in shackles, slave day. Because what else can you call it but slave day? It is slave day. Slave day. 2 holidays, King's birthday and slave day. So they give you an agent and slave day. Isn't that funny? Agent and slave day. You probably fell asleep, took the socks off in your sleep and threw them behind the dresser. No. This is, let me see. I don't have any socks. This is a true story here. I dated a girl a couple times. Matter of fact, the last time I hit it, I got tired. She was like, let's cuddle. And I just threw out my room naked and threw her clothes at her. And she's her friend was next door with my friend. And she was beating on the door, let me in. He went crazy. But that girl gave me a habit I never changed. And that is, you know how people roll up their socks? You roll your socks up, put them in the dirty clothes. I stopped doing that because a lot of times I wash them rolled up, but I'm gonna have to start doing that again. I just lost socks. But anyway, she said, no, tie your socks together. This is 43 years ago, 44 years ago. Yeah, I think this is my 44th year out of high school. So yeah, so my freshman year would have been about 42, 43 years. And this girl taught me that then, and I still do it to this day. And we didn't even date that long. I only hit it 4 or 5 times, so if that. If that. So But that's something that became a lifelong habit. And chapstick too. The girl I dated my junior year in college, I was like, isn't chapstick just from the winter? She's like, no, silly, you can use it all year long. And ever since then, and I think she was an 84, 85 college graduate. So yeah, ever since I met her freshman year, I have always done that. I've always used chapstick. But you can get addicted to chapstick too. A little bit, I'm kind of thinking that chapstick is almost like Jerry curl juice. You know how you let your hair get too dry, the activator, you need a lot more activator to keep it going? Chapstick is very similar to that. It's like if you go like 3 hours without using chapstick, your lips look like you've been in the desert for a year. And it's like, damn, it's only been 3 hours. How can my lips get so chapped? Like I didn't even use chapstick yesterday or day before because we went and my bag didn't even, I forgot to put it in there. And don't you know that the chapstick, that I didn't use it in my lips and I don't lick my lips. I ain't a natural lip licker unless I'm eating some shit. And my lips wasn't dry all day. So I don't know, y'all. It's a great idea, especially for those youngins in dormitories. I'll call them later. My father of 5 never looked for anything for birthdays, holidays, Father's Day. He just wanted some peace. There you go. I got shea butter sticks. Never again, dry lips. Oh, I'll tell you what, when I bust my head open in the car accident, when I flipped in the car, and what they put 200 stitches next to my skull, and then they put 200 stitches on top, if I got the story, because I remember seeing my skull. And this is interesting too, and maybe burn victims, and I don't know if they do this anymore, but like the keloid was so pronounced when I first did it that we was looking to get plastic surgery, and he was like, well, it's not big enough to really do plastic surgery to smooth it over, but what they would do is they would sand this shit. And that shit would make me cry. I was like 17, 18. I was a senior when this shit was done. And they would put that sander on this skin. Oh man, that would make me cry. But then I had, and I don't even know if you can buy this anymore, but talking about cocoa butter, they had Hershey's cocoa butter. And I had, like, they sold it like the candy bars. It was 4 big, like, they kind of looked like big Kit Kat sticks. They was about that big at least. And you put those, you would rub it on here. I would rub it on there because, I wear the helmet. Because when I flipped in the car, I was, I had tore my shoulder. And this was, my brother was born the 22nd of June. What's the date? Yeah, my brother's birthday about coming up. And so I went to see him. So it was probably early July when I flipped. And we had practice like 4 weeks out. So when I went into my senior year, I had like a bum shoulder, which I never hurt again. I never hurt my shoulder in playing football, but from having probably a concussion. It was hard. Like at first it was hard to put on a helmet. Like I remember that summer they was like, no, don't put the helmet on until we actually went into camp. And I maybe even in camp, there was parts where I wouldn't wear a helmet just because it would make this shit swell up so bad. So there was parts where I had to wear my helmet just because of that. But yeah. So that is my outstanding story. How long have I been going? Okay, I'm not going to go too long. Might come on back tonight. I don't know. I kind of like sleeping in, and I do want to play pickleball tomorrow morning. So, don't know if I can stay up tonight. I'm 62 years old. Staying up all the time ain't great. So, try to get on here when I have the free time. We're not supposed to be there until 3. So, got some time. Got to call the children that are going. I talked to 2 of them. But yeah, so, if you don't hear from anyone today and you're a father, don't feel bad. Because they're here and they can read and write, they ain't here without you. They ain't here without you. And the fact that they're here, you did something. So, some people like pats on the back. Dig this. This is when the pat on the back come. When you help a sick child get better. Don't nobody tell you did a good job for that. You take your child to the doctor, get the medicine, help them be better. There's no reward for that. There's no day for that. You just do it. I mean, you have any kind of empathy as just a human being, you just do it. You see a child fall down and crying, you just pick them up and hold them. Because you know your strength it can make them better. I remember my son was four years old, I think, and he was sick. I looked in the classroom, my son was literally like this in the room. He felt so bad. I mean, he was literally like this. And then I called his name and he looked up and he ran to me. Because he knew instantly I was going to make it better. So that's what, being colored father is. That's the things you color father. That's the things you color love. Things that no one can see, but yet you do it. And you get your thanks. You get your thanks by your children achieved. Because think about like one thing that's overlooked in practices is all the times you have to drive them to practice, all the times you have to drive them to games. And your effort in making your children practice, your efforts in helping them to achieve that, that's where your thanks comes from right there, their achievement. So it's not a day for that. And those of you that know children, when they get grown, it don't end. You still helping them, giving them shit. If you have the shit to give, you still giving them stuff. It's never ending. The never ending story. Last time I saw my grandmother was 90, 91. First time showing my middle oldest daughter, my second oldest daughter, to my grandmother. My daughter had to be months. And she felt bad. She said, "I am so sorry." And I'm like, "For what?" She says, "I'm sorry I didn't get you a gift this Christmas. I'm a 44-year-old man, and here's my 91-year-old grandmother apologizing for not buying me a gift." I said, "Grandma, you have given me enough gifts and enough love my whole life that it's okay." You did? That it's okay. You've done enough. And there's a point where you do enough. And so those are the things that I get. Just as I said, the first time I sprained my ankle, my stepfather came to the house I limped over to and he picked me up, put me in the car. Those are the things that you get being a parent, being a man, being a father. And you don't need a day for that because that's naturally you. Like, it's funny. And most people won't even think about this. It's like when my fiance, my daughter, and myself get up. It's a way that a man leaves with his family in a restaurant. My daughter, I let her lead. My fiance had to loop around, but then I let her go. I let all them go before. They go before me. I follow up. Kind of remind me of the story of wolves, the way wolves do the pack. Strongest wolf stays in the back or the middle. And then there's sometimes I lead through the doors and just hold the doors open that way. So these are things that just being a man that you should naturally understand and you should naturally do. Just the way your family moves. You teach your family to move how you move. So well, thank you, Jalen and Sue. That's nice. Thank you for saying that. I'm a nurse for 36 years, 26 years, dementia. I am set for righteousness no matter what I do. Oh, that is so cool. And even like the dementia thing can some way be averted. Again, I don't sell this stuff, but Motivate, no doubt, like this stuff, no doubt, helps with memory. And I'll argue anyone. Oh, excuse me. It helps 1,000% with memory. I don't know any way to tell it. This is one of the main things it does. I mean, of course, you read all the books. Where's the book about it? You read this book, and they'll tell you how it took him all through the galaxy. Okay, it can do that too. But I think the thing that to me, the most important part of it is memory. The most important part of it is memory. No doubt. And I would advise if you're young, find a crystal shop, or if you've got a place online, wear a piece of this. Or put a little piece in your pillow. Now cleanse it, when you get it home, but I would say wear this stuff. Because they want to take the memories away. They want to take the memories away. I agree. I give meds because it is my job, but I'm a lover of stones. A big farmer don't like stones. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why you see the attack of it. That's why you see the attacks of it. But just like this big picture right here, why do you think all these entities wanted to be 100-foot story buildings in New York? Why do you think all the entities wanted to be? Why do you think these certain entities wanted to be there on top of all that granite? Because that's what you have. As you see all these buildings, these are the smaller entities that set in at first. These smaller buildings, and then a new type of entity came in. Started making them buildings instead of 12 stories, and buildings was 80, 90, 100 stories. And that granite goes all the way down into Atlanta, Stone Mountain, where they put Robert E. Lee, Jefferson Davis, Stonewall Jackson. And Robert E. Lee was the agent for the Union. I've got into that. I talk about Gettysburg's all the time, which he went all about the darkies. That's the funniest part in Gettysburg. Now, then when they catch a brother, and he goes to the sergeant, he's like, I caught a John Henry. And he's like, what's a John Henry? A John Henry. And then he's like, oh, you caught one of these. And like, but then no, he says, well, what did he say? He's like, I can't understand what he's talking about. He's like, this dude was speaking a foreign language, but it's the type of English. So it's kind of funny. I caught a John Henry. That's what the Northern Soldier called him. Very racist. Thanks. I wear lapis 24/7 in courts all at work. No COVID or flu in all my years, and no flu shots or boosters. Wow. Now I got that COVID shit. I had a touch of it because I know my son's mother, their mother had it. And I think my son gave it to me. I had something for 4 days, 4 days. Not bad though. No respiratory problems. So I had something. But that was the first time I had got sick. Wow. This is true. Okay, my youngest son is about to be 21. When he was born, that first Christmas he was born, because Brennan got his first Xbox. So whatever year that first Xbox, that got to be like 2003. Yeah. I got strep throat in 03. And I didn't get sick again. Shit. And teeth ain't count. That ain't count as really being sick. Yeah, not till then. That COVID shit. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Now, I would get colds. When my daughter was a baby, if she got a cold, I would get her cold. There's something between us. But I don't count that. But being sick, yeah. So like 2 times, I've been sick 2 times in 20 years, 2 times. So But like I've taken the shingle shot. I took the last shit was the pneumonia stuff. So, but I didn't get that other stuff. So I am not anti-shot, but the odds of me getting shingles was pretty great because 4 relatives, my mother's generation had it. And the one relative had it in her face. Had it in her face and it started paralyzed because it's a nerve thing. Now, are there side effects? Absolutely. I get, what would I even call it? I've heard of what shingle pain sounds like. And I get like sharp stabs every now and then. And I'm sure that's something, he's either fighting something or he's giving me something. So, but yeah, I haven't had that other stuff. I remember my mother called me crying. I think you really need to do it. You know, Smith jumped in. Oh, this is for, and I might have said this before, this is for the Gipper. I'm going over to my brother-in-law's house. Saw a European guy. And the guy was a splitting image to Agent Smith. A splitting image to Agent Smith. I'm talking about the same hair, the same glasses. He had a shirt on and some sweats. I was like, damn, look at Agent Smith living here out here in the suburbs, trying to lay low. Or is that just a reminder of we always watching? And you know what I think of when they watching. You know what I think of when they watching. This is what I tell them.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
I am not scared of you motherfuckers. Because I am not paying any blood oath. My energy is free to leave when it leaves. You will not scare me with any deaths or deaths around me because I have not had any agreements that you can use against me. Dig? So I'm not scared of you motherfuckers. Oh. But normally I carry, like I wear this, but oh, and of course, this bad mug here. You know, I'll show Garnet. There's some fire. Look at that fire. Oh, that's a good shot. See all that fire inside of there? That's a pretty good shot. And Garnet is very protective. Garnet is more protective than fire agate. And fire agate is a beautiful stone of protection because if shit hits you, it throws that shit back at them. And it makes them question why you even attacking me. So fire agate is a bad stone. I got one. Well, it's probably, I put it up. I forgot I put it up. I put it in the safe. But fire agate's bad too. It's a bad stone. But you want things like this. And the diamonds, like she was saying with the quartz, the diamonds is amplifiers. That's what diamonds are. Diamonds are amplifying. So if this stone right here is protecting me, all these diamonds help amplify that. Now, as I said before, what you got to remember about diamonds can hold negative energy though. Like shugite, selenite. Trying to think, there's one more. Shungite, selenite. These are stones that will never hold anything negative. They'll never hold negative energy. But you got to keep in mind, diamonds will. So if you have a negative experience, them diamonds can't hold that negative experience if you don't wash them off. And that's the beautiful thing. Diamonds is so rugged, you can just wash them off. Then you've cleansed them. But keep that in mind. They hold negative energy. And like I carry Sharite. Sharite is another one that won't hold negative energy. But I carry normally Sharite and I carry Shungite is what I carry. And they're both bad because Sharite is the stone that makes you think of how you bring things in. See if I can reach it without knocking shit over. And this is my alabaster box I keep them in. Just some marble, dyed marble, but alabaster. But this is what I harmonize with. Now this is petalite. And zoolites, what zoolites do is zoolites kill attachments. Any kind of negative thing attached to you, this thing, it's a cleanser. So if you feel that, you've been attached by something, these will push that shit off. And then these also help push you into your higher self. It's petalite. It's a zoolite though. And this beautiful stone here gave me the best crystal connection I ever could imagine. I was just sitting with this and all of a sudden a stream of blue light, just brilliant blue light, just like plugs into me. It's like I watched it. It was almost like a box and it hit me, but it came directly from the stone because I watched it. The stone was like here and I watched it as the energy came and it crossed like this and then it plugged into me. And no other stone had ever given me anything like that. So I use this as a third eye clarifier. Then again, this is Sharite. Now, this is the first crystal to really help me move through the Tsar. Because this crystal literally took me back to its owner. And I looked through his eyes and his shop. He's from Russia, where this was found, him making it. I was able to see all that. So this is the first crystal really took me to the Tsar. And when you get Sharite, you want these blacks. A lot of times they give you the lilac. Might have that big lilac piece. Oh, it's over there. But you want the blacks. So when you get this, try to get it the blacks. Because it's the blacks that will move you through. And of course, Shungite. And that's what I harmonize with. And that's the relationship, if you put in the work, it can have. Again, everybody ain't sensitive to the stones. Ah. Thank you. Let me read a slight poem I wrote. Let me find it. Many years ago, I was stopped by putting a mountain over me as my prison. So I had to learn how to create life using the mountain. In essence, being bored through the mountain. Funny how one can outlive their captors or even a culture. I was reborn when this reality was starting to be created. So the Monkey King lives on and used to hoop and play football. Now the Monkey King is a pickleball good. So you can live longer than your captors sometimes. But yet you have to still figure out how to become reborn in the thing that thought it was holding you as a prison. It's kind of almost like a diamond. They hold the diamond so deep and so much pressure is put on the diamond, but yet it finds a way to shine. Right? And so that was my way of still outliving the culture, captures the culture, but still having to use this matter. And I'm the one that phrased matter doesn't matter. Because they want to scare you for a long time by telling you couldn't really go back and look at yourself or even touch yourself because, you turned into a glimpse. What was the Van Damme movie? Remember the Van Damme movie was like that? They kind of touched and one of them turned all, the matter just couldn't, They try to scare you like that. That's a scare tactic. When you can go back and shake your hand, you can go back and hug yourself. Hug your younger self. Or like, hey, give me some. You did a hell of a job, young man. And that's a part of living with no regrets. Because you have to heal your mistakes. Because you heal your mistakes, so then the regrets turn away. Because a part of this trap is they want you to have regrets. They want you to say, well, I need more time. And I only could go back and, well, it didn't happen then. That is very helpful information. So just wanted to put that out there. When I come across things, yeah. Oh, well. Oh, this is interesting. I mean, this is interesting. So they killed it where I can't share my other screen. So I remember I shared, I was able to share some of the voice through my phone, through Bluetooth. Now they've literally killed the Bluetooth. My phone is still charging, but they've literally killed the Bluetooth. Yeah. It's plugged in, so it should play through this. Y'all ain't hearing that. And if it's coming in, it's coming in through there. Something dropped. Yeah, drop the baseball. That's all right, though. Fell somewhere under here. Ooh, I squished the hell out of this one. This one's not as stiff. Well, I need to go get ready. We leaving in a couple hours. I just wanted to come on. Hey, OTF, what's happening? Thank you for joining. And I know you got to have.
You got to have vision.
We don't die. We multiply. Interdimensional beings. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can move through space-time any kind of way that you can. Where's this little ball? Ah, that's from my son. But yeah, death shouldn't frighten anyone. Death shouldn't frighten anyone because it's a continuation of what it is. And all death is putting you closer to the source. So why would you fear that? Because everything has a cycle. And just as like all the energy of the universe has supported you, well, when you go and you go to source, then you support everything else. Now I'm gonna say one thing. The Gipper said something that that is probably somewhat true. I would at least say for the etherical, the astro. This is probably true, and he points out to ghost, but there's this part that he puts out there that's probably true, that the spiritual, whatever this is spiritual, and the way we're moving through space time, the spiritual part is on top of that. Part of it is on top of that. Part of it moves the same way, because for you to be able to tap into it, it has to be kind of relatively close to us. And that part's right. He did get that right. Because again, if I start meditating, I can go right into something that's right here by me. Like this room goes away and what comes in is, where I go. Oh, let me see. So I think the idea of ghost is a little different because ghosts can be stagnant in places. But yeah, he's right. Whatever we're moving on, that other shit moves with us too. There's no doubt about that. I agree with that. So it is there. That is there. So the spiritual thing is there. So, oh, these are way, these aren't stiff. And squeeze the shit out of them. This one say Vikings is Vikings colors. Oh yeah, it does got the Vikings shit on there. So, what does he say? Oh, that's funny. The best way to move through space time is shrooms. Shrooms are good weed. Yeah, shrooms are good weed. I think shrooms get you there a little faster. The way it releases the adrenaline to kind of make you lighter and make you start getting enough spin. But if you smoke weed and you spin enough, you can still hit those spaces. Ghosts are humans caught in the lower realms. Only man and woman, Aboriginal Negroes, and their offspring can pass through the celestial lands. That's deep, but research it. We're not humans. We are sentient beings. Yeah. And, you know, and this is for everybody. It's like you get shown where you're going to go when you die. Like if your work now does not prepare you for where you're going to go, and you don't know by now, because you should know where you're going to go. If you're meditating enough, your spiritual experiences should show you. As I talk about, being the Monkey King and living in the tears of Brahma. And so I've been shown the same thing where I'm going to go. Because actually, even in Tree World, I have a place there as well. So it seems like I'm not just, again, I move through, many realms, but it's the same, because even when they put me in the room where Tree World is, it's still the same. I still have the same. It's still the same as when being the Monkey King and being in the Tears of Brahma. It's still the same. There's an element that's similar of the placement, I guess is so that's what you want to reach for. Not where, and my fiance and I get into this, not where, the something can come and say, just like in Boob Whisper, go to the light. Well, yes, there's are times for some, if you understand what the light is. So I guess I'll say this. There's not, all white light ain't bad. But again, the negative part of it is this blinding. And so do you want to trust the blinding light? Because it blinds for a purpose. You dig? Or do you want to see a being? Because for most people conditioned in religion, when you die, that is what's going to come to you. Two things. Either a Jesus representation, which for most people my age and slightly below, it's the Borgia. You're going to see Borgia, or you're going to see a relative. Now, if you see a relative and that's what that relative, other family members say, this relative is the one that takes you in the right positive direction, and you do have that hand, by all means. But if it's somebody and you knew that somebody was related to the church and that's who pops up, that should give you a heads up. This ain't the way to go. And I just say, the white light, again, blinding light is not positive. And that's what most speak of. And I don't think they really understand that there's a different type of light that you can go into that ain't blinding light. Because why is it when you go into that light that it's just so blinding that it tries to even blind your third eye? Because that seems like a trap or a trick. that something is going to blind my third eye. And I've never been in any dark that my third eye gets blinded. Because I need my third eye to create. So why is it when you get into white light, your third eye stops creating? Because it blinds your third eye. I mean, you can get a blast of that white light, that shit is like a atom bomb of white light. Now, I've never felt that in the dark. Oh. You don't need shrooms or weed. Just learn your kundalini. Take 4 grams of shrooms and put on a virtual reality headset. Avoid the light unless you want to come back here again. That's a good point. No, you don't need it, but it's like anything else. It clarifies. Weed can clarify. Weed can help the spin. Shrooms can help the spin. That's all. But you're right with kundalini. We are our own light. Don't need no stinking light. We are light beings. Go venture out and stay away from the bright light. Darkness is creation. Yeah. And you make your own colors. You live off your own aura. You know, what you put out. You live off that. What you put out. Well, with that said, I think I'm going to go. For those of you fathers, have love in your life. Don't feel disappointment if you have expectations. Just because they call this one certain thing, don't let it, give you, lower your expectations. Don't let this day make a boundary between you and your loved ones where you hold grudges because they didn't call you or they didn't get you a gift or give you the gift you wanted. Don't be that petty. If they call you and give you love, then they do. If they don't, that's okay too. Because when you do connect, they got love for you. My mother and my ex-wife, they get so upset because the children don't take the time, but the children are doing what we kind of did. But now we're all more spread apart. I mean, one thing we used to do as families is we would go over to my in-laws and we'd wash clothes. Because in my apartment, you had to pay. They had a laundry where you didn't. So that would be a Sunday thing. The women would get together and they would cook. And her father and me would drink beer. Hey, Jeffrey, thank you. Thank you for coming, Jeffrey Lane. And I know you've got to have
vision.
But not able to do that anymore. The families are so spread apart, people pass. But my youngest son, he comes over and washes clothes, or I wash the clothes for him. That's what it turns out to be. I end up washing his clothes. But that's okay too. Because I've been helped like that in the past. And I know if that helps him, it's a bonus for him. And this day I reflect, I just look at the influences on my children's life that I just did the best I could do. I really did the best I could do with keeping my own sanity, keeping my own activity, mental, physical health. And I tried to show them that. And I'm still trying to show them that. I try to point out, you got to look at your mom and her health. If you don't look at it now, you don't want to wait till you get older. Remember your great grandmother. These people have had some issues. So if you young men don't start now, you're going to have these issues. And a part of Ma'at is, discipline. I say the only, negative about Ma'at is they tell you, you live with no emotion. But that's telling you to get away from the Kundalini, because Kundalini is definitely an emotion. It comes from your emotion. The Kundalini moves through your emotion, through your thought. But they're saying not have that. Ma'at is have no feeling at all. But you don't want to get rid of all those demons either, because sometimes you need to be that storm. So you keep that kind of energy. Again, the Kundalini comes from a thought, emotions. I'll give some out now. I'm just talking about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go. So thank you, everyone. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I tried the best of my knowledge. Flash has always been my favorite cartoon character. It has always been. And I'm not a great comic book lover, but I go back to, and this is how it really went. Comic books used to be a dime, and so did candy bars. Candy bars and comic books was the same price. And then both of them went to 15 cents. And then both of them went to 20 cents. Candy bars and comic books. And then everybody was mad in the motherfucker when they went to a quarter. I mean, if people remember when candy bars and comic books went to a quarter, people lost their mind. And I bet we could do the numbers on how the comic books suffered when it finally went to a quarter. And then we saw them go up to 30 cents, 35 cents, 50 cents for a comic book. And then finally comic books out surpassed candy being, I think they reached $1 first until now, candy bars that used to cost a dime now cost $1. And penny candy, like a lot of y'all, and again, it's junk, but penny candy, a lot of y'all don't even know what penny candy is. Where just the bottom row is just a penny, where you literally came out with 100 pieces of candy. Same bullshit you see today, they sell for damn near a quarter. This shit used to be a penny. So if you had 100 pennies, you just drop them down on the counter and they're like, go ahead. And if you go enough, again, it's all poison. But if you go to the places enough. So Flash has always been my favorite character. Because as I said before, he was grounded. Flash is grounded for the most part. And the idea of moving through space-time. I think, like, far as animated works, they would always show Superman and the Flash as the two that could change time. They would show Superman, flying backwards and the Flash running in reverse to change time. Now, again, we're talking about the 70s animation, the late 60s, early 70s, of putting this type of message out there that this time force being could affect time. Speed force, excuse me. So, but thank you. I did my best. I tried. We started drawing our own comic books and ate the chocolate. Definitely. But it was a thing. It was really people were outraged when they went up to a quarter. Both of them. They were really outraged, especially the comic book heads. It was like people was really tripping when they went up to a quarter. And I know that's hard to imagine, but people were tripping. Because comic books, I want to still say comic books come out on Tuesdays. Used to be Monday or Tuesday. Like, I want to say music and comic books came out the same day. Monday, Tuesday. The new comic books come out. Because they still, like, you follow and still can go to comic book shop. New comics come out still every week. For those of you who are true collectors. So, I give the universal symbol of love. It's not the Mason handshake, which we see in Valar, City of 1,000 Planets, or whatever it's called. It's this. They want to tell you do because I'm putting my hand out because I could hit you. That's why they say people shake hands, because I could hit you with this, but instead I Mason shake you. No, it's just hey, because that's the way you exchange energy. You can even do this. You should be able to feel your own energy, guys. I mean, feel your own energy. Can you really feel your own energy? Like, I'm feeling it. Right here. This is me. And if you can't feel this, you gotta, build up so you can feel it. Where you can feel your aura. How big your aura or how small you is, because you can make it wide, you can bring it back. And grounding is important. I want to say that. Ground. If you feel too lofty, if all your all your thoughts and your dreams, you're very lofty, take off your shoes and go get some grass or some dirt. Yeah, the Flash was garbage. That's why I initially said the Flash was trash. I mean, it's funny. My fiance, I walked because we was waiting to see if it was anything added it, and they cut out. I guess there was supposed to be an extra Superman, Carvel's Superman. There was supposed to be a little extra at the end of the movie where they brought that Superman back, the Carvel Superman. I think they cut that out. So I was waiting to see, no extras. It was just that was the end of the shit. But that's why I said, she came out, I was like, that's probably one of the worst movies I've ever watched. I'm like, I kind of got to agree with you. The movie was trash. So yeah, I need to get ready. We're leaving. Go give love to who I need to give love to. Hey, Neil Nelflin, thank you for joining. And I know for you being here, you got to have
vision.
Yeah, it's energy exchange. I'm glad COVID came. I'm keeping my energy to myself and only shake the hands of brethren. Everybody else gets the elbow. Oh, yeah. Well, y'all, I want to thank you for coming. Yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting that they can loop my other monitor like this. And I know this comes from YouTube because this should be doing it too. If this side's looping, this side. So this is an attack so try restarting your device. It ain't the device. It's you motherfuckers. But you know what? Don't one monkey start one show. We go on anyway, and we just put the message out anyway. We need to put the message out. So I send all the masculine love out because this is the masculine day, even though they want to share us with the slaves. They want to share it with the slaves. They want you to share the father power with the slaves because they talking about Juneteenth. It's been some Juneteenth shootings and shit. So we're going to try to see what we can do later. So I might be on later. I can't promise because I'm about to go get lit because every day I'm lit. You can't tell me shit because every day I'm lit. I'm about to go get more lit. Oh, and I forgot to show. I got the munchies. Nephlin, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But every day I'm lit, y'all. Every day I'm lit. You can't tell me shit because every day I'm lit. So I got the edibles. I got this Willie Dynamite in here. Got my whole fridge smelling like this. Like open the fridge up and it smelled like I got a pound in there. But thank you, everyone. Enjoy the day. Love the fathers. Love the masculine. And single mothers, I'm not taking anything away from you, but this is a day for the men. Now we know, what people do to help out and stuff, and we'll never forget that. But if you have a man around that is done positive, give them their props. Definitely color them father. Definitely color them love. I think I'll color him father. I think I'll color him love. I think I'll color him father. I think I'll color him love. And people forget that we as young men need love. It is a hell of a thing to see a strong man love a child. To pick up that child and show tenderness. It's like when you see a gorilla around his babies. This gorilla can bite this baby and kill it in a second. But it understands. These is my boys. These is my girls. They can jump all over me, pull my fur. I understand. They can nip me. I toss them, roll them around. But I understand. These are my children. And that is a very positive thing when you see a strong man with his head up in the air and then you see his family right in step with him. That can only come from a man. I'm not saying that women aren't positive images. Not saying that, but I'm saying that there's a positivity that comes out from looking and letting children be guided by strong men that they can look up to. Like my daughters, especially my youngest daughter, she knows what a man is, and she knows how women should be treated by men. Already, she has in her mind, because I'm every day she sees the way I move. Plus, she's gonna have a lot of brothers that beat ass if something goes wrong. Well, let me stop because I need to take a shower. So, thank you. Maybe tonight. I don't know, but maybe. So look for me late. You know I come in the late thing. But I'm gonna play pickleball tomorrow, so I might get some rest. I can get up at 8 o'clock and go play pickleball. But I've done something to my arm. I really have. I tried to throw a ball yesterday. I can't throw it. So whatever I've done to my arm, and I can play pickleball left-handed too. So we'll have to see. Love, thank you for coming. Till we meet again, say less.
Ask you something? I said, can I ask you something? Ain't I'm clean?
It's going down like this, motherfucker.
Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit.
What are we doing?
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and... For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
I just left a light in this bitch.
Fuck up. Move the fuck up. Move the fuck back. Fuck up. Move the fuck back. Fuck up. Move the fuck.
Me and Bubba trying to rescue some kittens.
It's cool enough just being cool, like I am, chilling.
Joe feet. He looked down, seen his feet. The nigga went berserk. Killed the monkey. Threw the bat out the window. Start kicking that bitch in the air.
I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it. Group of you together, you never can tell who's who.
I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama and you.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist. Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
I don't mean to be out of line.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What's all that noise? What's all that noise? What's all that noise? What's all that noise? What's all that noise?
Be satisfied.
be satisfied. Be satisfied.
What's all the noise?
Be rude. Be rude. Be rude. Used to snort cocaine, now I beam for the check. Used to snort cocaine, now I beam for the check. Used to snort cocaine, now I beam for the check. Used to snort cocaine, now I beam for the check.
I think we OD.
That's what me and this nigga do. We picked something and then we ran about it.
I think we OD. I think we OD.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
Baby, I'm a walking dead man. Baby, I'm a walking dead man. Is what they call me when I come. I hit the loop juice. It pulls up in the. Baby, I'm a walking dead man. Is what they call me when I come.
Do that dance, baby, do that dance. Let's work it out.
I just be shopping and shit. You know, drinking and shit. Do a little smoking and shit. I'm legendary in this motherfucker.
I hit the loop juice. I hit the loop juice. I hit the loop juice. It pulls up in the.